I work for an LGBT organization, and I advocate for the rights of LGBT people and bisexual women living in Turkey, in a country which is religious conservative and nationalist and militarist. So when all that comes together, your life is really hard, and I'm not the only one. And I could see that in 1 hour when everybody was on the street the moment the riots started. You know, the racist, the militarist, nationalist, homophobic, sexist discourse of the government just didn't piss me off, only pissed off a lot of young people. And this is the first time older people have seen the power of what young people could possibly bring to the country. And I have seen a young group of high school students chasing police officers, and I have seen it with my own eyes, and I never thought I would see that ever. And that was like one of the best days I have ever had in my life. And my own mom, who saw that moment on TV, she called me to say, I think we blamed you for our silence, and we didn't think, you could be the one bringing the change into the country. And the first time people are on the street now is because they're angry because the government wanted to cut a few trees in Istanbul, and that is really the only time people went on the street. And you wouldn't think that is a good reason to start a riot in the whole country now, but sometimes that's what it needs. That it may not be the dormitory that pisses off everyone, it may not be the school tuitions, whatever that are pissing me off. It might be just a tree, a park being demolished that's gonna piss you off. So I would keep that in mind if I was a young activist. Change is always possible, and I'm not trying to sound poetic. Change comes when you don't expect it, and that has been my experience in the last 25 days in Turkey at least. I think every country has its own solutions. Sometimes that could be like it is happening in Brazil at the moment. In some countries it could be getting an appointment with local authorities or politicians. But in the country where I come from, we don't have that. I was surprised that I was able to enter the parliament without a security check. All I needed was to give my name. And you don't have that in Turkey. You probably have to go through 20 security checks before you even reach the secretary of the person you're trying to speak with. So when you don't have as easy access to these places, then you try to find different solutions. That could be online activism, that could be street activism, and the new form of activism now, after all the police brutality, water cannons and pepper spray, people say, you know what, I'm gonna just stand still on a street. That is the new form of young activism in Turkey. People just grab a newspaper or a book and just stand still. And the police does not know how to react to these people because they're harmless, but still they're active by standing still. The reason why I personally am on the street is because I want to practice authority over my body and my wishes for the future, which is to be able to hold my partner's hand on the street. And not just that, I want to live a life. Holding hands on the street is not enough for me. I want to live a life at home and not be scared all the time if I should lie to the house owner, or if I should lie to my mother or the employer or the teacher. It's basically all about refusing to lie. Before I heard a lesbian talking, I didn't think I had my own story. So a lesbian was talking, then I said, oh, well, you know what? I actually also fell in love with a woman, so how about I tell you my own too? And I realized there were millions of stories just as beautiful as mine. So I would say, just start with your own.